key point of self-leadership is it is the practice of intentionally influencing your thinking, feeling, and actions towards your objectives. It's your objectives that drive you. We are all, as human beings, very selfish. We are maximizing the benefit to ourselves. And we need to look at our objectives. But one of the objectives you should have, and why I'm here today, the segue to the topic of the day, is that one of the objectives I believe you should have is to leave a legacy. Now, the dictionary tells us that legacy is something that is a result of events in the past. And yet, everyone in here is a leader. You're a partner of a huge organization. And so, I want to give you this definition. That leadership legacy is the actions you take now that will impact the future. And you see how that is much more in line with our theme, and I'm on brand with the color as well. I think a great example of leadership legacy is Sir Paul Polman, who was former CEO of Unilever, which of course is very well known. But Sir Paul Polman made an incredible transformation at Unilever by focusing his CEOs and the CEOs that he influenced on sustainability of people and the planet. And he set up a platform so that Unilever brands can make a social difference. One of the things that he suggested is that every organization should sign up to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 of these goals. And if you as an organization, or you as an influencer to your clients, get people to sign up to sustainability of people and the planet, the impact has been calculated at $12 trillion and 380 million jobs. Sustainability is in fact good business. But what can you do, right? We're all individuals, we're sitting here in a hotel room in Bali asking yourself, well, what about me? Now, values are a way of navigating ourselves through ambiguity. Right? Stephen Covey in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People talked about values as navigation. Dr. Franz Trompenas, a friend of mine, researcher in culture, talks about you use values to negotiate an ambiguity. But a culture of an organization is made up of values. Now, as a speaker, as a coach, I get to work with lots of different companies. And there are companies I'm really excited to work with, and there are companies that sometimes I'm somewhat less excited to work with because it's a very transactional relationship. Being asked to write this speech specifically for you about your values, well, it was absolutely in alignment with what I wanted to do. Now, I know this is a cliche. You've all heard the question, if you only had a few weeks to live, would you plant a tree knowing that you would never sit under it? It's a common question. And yet, I think it's a powerful one, regardless of how cliche it is, because what we do today is going to be our legacy. And I'm going to share with you has very present and current tangibles. And good. Now, some of you are into stuff. The men may be into this stuff, if they're paying you well enough. Patek Philippe picked up on this theme and incorporated it into their brand. You never really own a Patek Philippe. You merely look after it for the next generation. But what are you currently, right now, planting? Are you planting sustainability? Are you planting your leadership to bring on the next generation, as we saw with new partners? You see, planting for now, for the future, is the solution for talent acquisition, for talent retention, for competition, and for quality issues. Focusing on the future allows us to make decisions today that make a difference. Which reminded me of a story about an anthropologist in Africa who was working with the village kids, and he took a bowl of fruit, he hung it on a tree, and he said to the kids, let's have a race, and whoever gets there first gets all of the fruit. The kids immediately all held hands and ran together, grabbed the fruit, and sat in a circle and shared it. Now, the Western anthropologist was confused. He said, well, hang on, why didn't you race? Because if you raced, you would have had more for yourself. And the kid said, Ubuntu. I said, what does that mean? He said, in our culture, how can we be happy if everybody else is sad? Ubuntu is a Xhosa word for I am because we are. Please do something probably very uncomfortable for some of you. Reach out to the person to your left, to your right, to the right, grab their hand. And 3, 2, 1, we're going to say, just grab somebody's hand, I'm watching you. That means you have to put your phone down, people. All right, you ready with me? 3, 2, 1, Ubuntu.